Okay, this is going to be a real treat for all of you here at Gettysburg Battlefield Facebook, and a very in-depth and rare look at a place that not many people know about. Along the Fairfield Road, which is in this distance about a half a mile, you can see a sign that says the Christian Byers Farm. It has a field hospital sign. However, the property itself sits along a dirt lane off the road where you can't see it. And today I've been given permission by the owner of the property, Joe Byers, to come back here and take pictures and film so that I can show all the Gettysburg Battlefield Facebook fans a little bit about this farm. Now, this was the farm of Christian and Elizabeth Byers. It was originally part of the Manor of Mask, and the farm dates back tax-wise to 1769 and was here even before that. It's one of the oldest farms in Adams County. Again, it was part of the Manor of Mask. The house itself was built around 1830. The addition on the left wasn't built until after the war in the 1890s. However, the log house on the right was originally built around 1830, and it's been restored and redone on the inside. I did take some pictures of the basement of the house and underneath. It's got water wheel hewn logs. You can tell by the cuts in the logs that they aren't, every half inch. They're off because it was hewn by power of water wheel. Now, a little bit about Christian Byers. He had a lot of children. Hattie in 1830, Catherine in 1832, Eliza in 1834, David in 1839, Christian Jr. in 1840, John in 1845, Jones in 1847, Mary in 1848, and Samuel in 1856. Most of his children died just a couple years into their lives. One in particular, Christian Byers Jr., was a member of the 138th Pennsylvania Company B, a local Gettysburg regiment. We covered a little bit about them at the Pine Bank Cemetery video and also at the Samuel Hartzell farm. Christian Jr. was in Harper's Ferry during the Battle of Gettysburg, and their regiment did not participate in the Battle of Gettysburg. Christian Byers Jr. was born in 1840. Now, on July the 4th of 1863, a portion of the Confederate Army that was escaping Gettysburg passed by this farm. Wounded from both Avery's and Hoke's brigades made their field hospital here in this farm and in that house that we're looking at, as well as a barn that once stood over where the solar carport is that you see here. We're going to take a walk over there in a moment, and I'm going to show you some of the original foundation stones. This was a huge stone barn that once stood there. That barn stood there until 1977, when there was a very suspicious fire that burned the top half of it out. It could have been rebuilt, but the owner of the property at that time decided to tear it down, and he did, and that barn was lost forever. The current owner restored the house, and I did say it takes some pictures inside the house, which I'll post on this video. Now, from July 2nd till August of 1863, the Confederates had possession of this farm and house for 3 weeks. They pastured the fields, and the barn, which sat over here, was used as a field hospital. And again, the barn no longer remains. And we're going to take a walk over here to where this solar carport is today. And what you see on the ground here are some of the foundation stones from the original barn that once stood here, which we're looking at now. One other thing, as we head back toward the house, the original smokehouse still sits here. Now, the log part of the house was built around 1830. The smokehouse and the barn were built between 1840 and 1848. And today, the smokehouse still sits over here. Now, inside the house were between 9 and 13 officers of Hoke's and Avery's brigade. And in the barn, which sat right over here, approximately 40 privates sat. There is no records of any deaths or burials on this farm. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. There just isn't any records of that. And the claim that was put in after the war by Christian Byers went unanswered, and they never received anything. So this has been the Christian and Elizabeth Byers Farm, Avery and Hoke's Brigade Confederate Hospital here on Gettysburg Battlefield Facebook.